What's Nation? Good morning, Bafetu Sambunani. Welcome back to Open Trends with me, OQP. Now, on today's video, we're going to be looking at Makaman, which has been heavily linked with the move to the Glamour Boys, and also, I can't believe I'm saying this, Isaac Cisse. I don't know in terms of his spelling, so okay, but I believe it's Isaac or Isaac. Cisse. So those two players currently have been linked with the move to the Glamour Boys, but starting off with Makaman Bafetu. He's an incredible player. I'm looking at his, stats currently. He's a central midfielder, 27 years of age. He's playing for Isiwelele. Obviously, it was SuperSport before it changed to Isiwelele FC. So, with that being said, there's been a lot of talks with Kaizer Chiefs have tabled an offer for Makaman. Some others were even saying, in terms of those rumors, others were saying that Makaman has signed a deal with Kaizer Chiefs, 3 years with the club. So, for me, obviously, I did not want to entertain, the news, because I felt like people are just misleading people. Nakona, there was no concrete proof to say, okay, definitely Kaizer Chiefs are after the services of Makaman. Now, for me, why it doesn't make any sense, first of all, to why could Kaizer Chiefs be after the services of Makaman? Number one, as I've said, he's a central midfielder playing for Isiwelele FC. You look at Kaizer Chiefs currently, we have Uspesi Ndlovu, central midfielder. We have Samgelo Zwane. I know he's out on a loan, but he is a central midfielder. And then we have, who's this guy? George Matlow. Obviously, George Matlow contract is coming to an end. He's more of an attacking midfielder, but is cutting Sninge, similar as a central midfielder. We have Nkosimpile Ngcobo, who plays ECM naye. So, 4 players currently who play a central midfield. 5 ngaye because at the end of the day, despite us saying he's playing more of a DM, we are a central midfield role position. So 5 players who are currently playing that position. We take out George Matlow, let's say contract yake, njengoba it comes to an end, we do not renew it. And then Siamsusa, we are left with 4 players who can play that central midfield position. So for me, it didn't make any sense to say, okay, Kaizer Chiefs are looking to sign another central midfielder. Why? What is the reason for us to say we need to sign a central midfielder? I know, I am counting, but the reason I did not count him is because I consider him more of a defensive midfielder rather than a central midfielder. But he is a CM. I believe he is a CM. So it doesn't make any sense. Like, why do we need a lot of central midfielders? Yes, he's an incredible player, Bafetu. Don't get me wrong. But other than that, it doesn't make any sense why currently we would be after the services of Makaman. At least if they were saying we are after an attacking midfielder, because that is a position that I feel like it needs to be beefed up. And then also we look at, the defensive midfielder, Oxum Tetra. If he leaves, then definitely we will need, a good replacement for him. Not just anyone, but someone who can be able to replicate what Tetra has been doing, because he's aggressive. He's very aggressive when it comes to that defensive midfielder position, and he makes sure with Makaman we are swinging Lamapolo. So without him, then we need a replacement, and we're going to talk about this young player Ngasekdala, who I feel like could be a good replacement, but also not the best. And I will tell you why I'm saying he might not be the best option. So recently, Kuluma, I think Kickoff SA or Kickoff Online posted about Makaman, going to Kaizer Chiefs. And then Kaizer Motaung Jr. Himself, he responded on Twitter, no, we are not actively pursuing Makaman. He did not put it in those exact words, but he did respond to that, and he said, no, definitely we are not looking to sign this player. Now, obviously, Kaizer Motaung Jr., he would respond and say no, even though there is something that is happening, because it will not be the first time. There are certain players who we thought they are after them, and then no, we are not after them, but we knew later on, no, definitely they were after those players. So with Makaman, it's possible, but currently with the evidence that I'm having and I'm showing to is the fact that Kaizer Chiefs themselves, they're saying they're not currently interested in signing Makaman. And remember, they said, we got the update from Omazol Jimlefe when he said, no, Kaizer Chiefs currently, they say they're not looking to sign any players, or they're not actively looking at the market because they are waiting for a new coach to arrive. But then with that statement, because remember, when I heard, those words, I said to you, guys, I know what they're trying to do. They're just trying to, shut us down. But in fact, Kaizer Chiefs are actively looking for players. They are active in the market. That is the honest truth. Why am I saying this? Well, if you remember back then when we wanted to sign certain players, they did speak themselves. They did speak about the OT. Now we are starting to sign or look for players a bit earlier, so that we can be able to negotiate a bit earlier before kuzofika nje isikhathi. Like for example, we've heard talks about Thabo Mloisane signing a pre-contract. Yes, I understand nothing concrete has come out of that, but at the end of the day, it would make sense that they are looking to sign him, because it's no brainer. Thabo Mloisane is a great player, same as Thabang Matuidi. I feel like if Kaizer Chiefs were very, very serious in the market, they would be going after the services of Thabang Matuidi, but I know they might not be doing exactly that. So as for now, as we know, and as coming from Kaizer Chiefs themselves, or the horse's mouth, they are saying they're not interested in Grant Makaman. But I feel like he would be a great addition to the squad. Now, depending on whether we do let go of George Matlo or not. But if Sam Keeper, I don't see the reason why or the need why to sign Grant Makaman. But let's not take this thing away from him. He's a great player. Very, very good player. Marvelous to watch. So, yeah, let's leave it at that. And then now we move to Isaac or Isaac Cisse. He's a young player. We've spoken about him before. Obviously, Coach Mangoba did say that currently the rumors of him being wanted by big clubs or certain clubs has affected his ability to be able to perform in the field of play. Now, I do understand that, but currently it looks like the rumors are intensifying. But remember, when I spoke from my side, I said, a trend out the first time I introduced you guys to Isaac Cisse on this channel. I said to you, I saw this young player. He's an incredible player. He's a defensive midfielder. He's very young, 19 years of age. And in terms of attack, he's very good. He just doesn't add only numbers. He does exceptionally well, which is very, very good. And I felt like this is the kind of attack that we need at our club, especially coming from a player who is a defensive midfielder. And Nangapa is very young, which means he has a lot of room to improvement. So with that being said, the rumors are intensifying, but I'm going to tell you guys, there's nothing. Kaizer Chiefs are not looking at signing this young player. Yes, Tinama fans, we do want to see him, but for me also, there is something that I feel like I need to clarify in terms of this young player. Ngembonile offensively, but defensively, I haven't seen much of him, and I feel like he's lacking on that department, which obviously, if you get a player who is more offensive, you guys become happy. I become happy because I know he's going to give us a lot more opportunities for us to be able to score. Because remember, we are coming from a time where scoring goals was a big problem. So any player who comes in with an open attack mind, definitely that is an incredible player for us. And then we forget about the defense. So we need to try and bring balance in terms of the squad. So it's okay, offensively we are good, and also defensively we are proper. So for now, guys, those were just rumors. They're still rumors. Nothing concrete is coming out of that. So the two players, Isaac Cisse or Isaac Cisse, 19-year-old defensive midfielder, incredible player playing for Golden Arrows. Golden Arrows, yes. And then also Omji Terapano Grant Makaman playing for Isiwelele, 27 years of age. Both two players are great players. They would be great value to us when we add them or Spasina for next season. But honestly speaking, there's nothing that is concrete coming from Kaizer Chiefs.